Astrophysics and ancient mythology. Now, there's a combination you don't see every day, right? One is all about hard science, data, the unbending laws of physics. The other, it's about gods, epic heroes, and the stories we told ourselves around the campfire. But what if they're way more connected than we think? Let's dig in.
Okay, so at the heart of all this, we've got this book cover. It's for a title called Secrets of Astrophysics and Ancient Mythology. And honestly, the art says it all. You've got these ancient Egyptian figures set against this epic cosmic backdrop. This one image, it just perfectly captures a really fascinating and, a very persistent idea. And really, it all comes down to this one huge question. Could our most ancient stories, our myths, our legends, actually hold the secrets of the universe? I mean, could they be more than just stories?
So to figure that out, we've got to unpack the whole concept that's behind this book cover. Let's treat it like we're solving a cosmic mystery.
Here's the title page from the book itself. And just to be clear, our analysis here isn't really about the specific text inside. It's about the powerful idea that its title and its cover represent, this concept of a bridge between two totally different ways of seeing the world.
Right. So at first glance, these two fields, they seem like they couldn't be farther apart. It's kind of the classic case of the storyteller versus the scientist.
And this slide really lays out the fundamental conflict perfectly. On one side, you've got mythology. These are the why stories, the ones that give our lives meaning. And on the other, you've got astrophysics. That's the how science, the stuff that gives us hard data and theories we can actually test. So how on earth could they possibly connect?
Well, believe it or not, there's actually a real academic field that tries to bridge this gap. It's called archaeoastronomy. It studies how ancient cultures used the sky for calendars, for navigating, for building things. Think of Stonehenge and how it lines up perfectly with the solstice. That's archaeoastronomy. But the ideas we're talking about today, they often take things a giant leap further. They suggest that ancient people didn't just watch the sky, but that they had knowledge they just shouldn't have had. The absolute classic example is the Dogon people of Mali. Their mythology describes in incredible detail the companion star to Sirius, a star that's totally invisible to the naked eye and was only confirmed by our modern astronomers back in the 19th century.
So how do you get from, hey, ancient people watched the stars, all the way to they held secrets we've only just rediscovered?
Well, there's a certain logic to it.
Yeah, it turns out this kind of speculative thinking usually follows a pretty clear three-step pattern. First, you take an ancient myth or a piece of art. Second, you find something in it, anything, that could be interpreted as a star or a planet or some cosmic event. And third, you propose a really extraordinary explanation that maybe they weren't just observing, but they were actually recording some kind of advanced cosmic knowledge.
Okay, so with that logic in our back pocket, let's circle back to our main piece of evidence. We're going to deconstruct the clues that are hiding in plain sight right on this book cover.
All right, let's really look at this cover again. It's not just a random picture. It's a collage of ideas. It's a careful combination of elements all designed to tell a very specific story. So what are the key pieces here?
The first thing that just grabs you is this central figure. It's drawn in that classic ancient Egyptian style, and it really brings to mind Nut, the goddess of the sky, who literally arches her body over the earth. This immediately grounds the whole thing in ancient mythology and its deep connection to the heavens.
Then bam, right behind it, you can't miss it, a massive red planet. That's not the sun or the moon. It's very clearly a celestial body. Maybe Mars, maybe something from beyond our solar system. This one element just yanks the scene out of simple mythology and plants it firmly in the world of astrophysics. But then you look a little closer, up in the top corner, and wait a minute, that intricate headdress, that's not Egyptian at all. It feels much more like something from a Mesoamerican culture, like the Aztec or Maya. Other civilizations that were also famous for their incredibly sophisticated astronomy. The cover is blending cultures on purpose, suggesting this was some kind of global, ancient secret.
So let's put it all together. You've got Egyptian iconography, Mesoamerican art styles, and some very obvious astronomical imagery. The cover itself is basically a visual thesis statement. It's arguing for a deep, hidden connection between our ancient history and the modern cosmos.
And this all leads us to the final and maybe the most important question of all. Why? Why do we find these ideas so completely captivating? What is it about them that has such an enduring appeal?
I think it's because they tap into the biggest, most fundamental questions we humans ask ourselves. Where did we come from? Are we alone out here? These theories offer this incredibly tantalizing possibility that the answers aren't just somewhere out there in the future, but that they're actually hidden in our own distant past.
I mean, the real magic of this whole idea is the suggestion that our ancestors weren't, primitive, that they were the keepers of this profound lost wisdom. It's the ultimate fantasy of discovery, not finding some new world, but uncovering the secret, advanced knowledge of our own history.
So, I'll leave you with this to think about. When we look for astrophysics in ancient mythology, are we actually uncovering a genuine link to a forgotten cosmic past? Or are we just projecting our own modern hopes, our own fears, and our own dreams for the future onto the giant canvas of history? The answer, whatever it is, might just tell us more about ourselves than it does about the ancients.